Hello everyone. So in today's video, I thought I will talk about how to write your resume. This particular video might be useful for folks in India because writing resume is a skill. So you have resume writers these days. The resume writers know how to present your resume in a format that would be liked by the employer. How to highlight your skills, how to highlight your responsibilities, and how to highlight your achievements at work. Since I'm into HR, I get a lot of resumes every day for various positions. Some resumes are too small. They think that once you go to a management level, you just need to mention one line about what you have done. I may not be able to understand anything, if you just write a line about each and every job that you did. Maybe when I look at your titles, I'll be able to see, okay, you're a senior vice president for HR. You are a managing director for supply chain. I would be able to get these things from your resume, but I would like to know what is the role that you have played. In some companies, the title and the role that people would do would be completely different. So when you write a resume, on the first page, it's always a good practice to write about key impact areas. For example, I am into human resources, and I would talk about human resource business partnering, strategic HR leadership, organizational development, comp and ben. So these are the various functions in HR, and I am saying that I can create an impact in those areas. So you can put maybe like 7-8 key functions in HR, like stakeholder management. You've done you're a cultural champion. You've handled greenfield and brownfield operations for companies. So these are the key impact areas. So the recruiter would be able to figure out what is that you've done for various organizations. Maybe there are 30-40 functions within HR. Out of that, you are an expert in 8 to 9 key functions for human resources. So that's what you put on the left-hand side of the resume as key impact areas. On the right hand side, page 1, you will talk about the profile summary, or the summary to the management. For example, you are a human resource manager or a director with 15 years experience. And what is your key strength? What is it you have done for organizations? What is it you are passionate about doing? You need to explain that. You can put maybe 5-6 bulleted points, or you can just write a like a para with 10 to 12 lines. So that's what they would like to see. Page 2, you're going to talk about, and below the management summary, you can put your education. Like what is the master's degree that you have done, what is your bachelor's degree that you have done, and below that you can put certifications. So page 1, I get to know the key impact areas that you would benefit as an HR if you come to my company. On the right hand side, page 1, I'm able to see what is it you're passionate about doing. What do you boast yourself within HR as? What are you? Are you really a great leader, or are you a great operations guy, or you are a person who can fold his sleeves and work on anything within HR? Page 1, I get to know that. And page 1, I also know what is the education that you have done. In some countries like US, I see people doing a bachelor's in science, or they have done statistics and then they are into HR. But in some of the Asian countries, especially in India, they would like to see if there is a correlation between what you have studied and what you have done. For example, if you have mentioned that you have done your bachelor's in engineering, you have mentioned you have done your master's in engineering, and then you are into sales. So apparently this question will come that your study was in sales, your college degree was in engineering. Why did you take up sales? So what made you do that? Did you take up a job just for survival? They want to know whether you're working just for a job or you want to take it as a career and do. The difference between job and career is follows. If you are working for money, then that's a job. You need a pocket money, or you just need to pay your bills every month. So you are going for a job. You are saying, I don't have money with me, I need a job. When you say I'm looking for a career, it means much more, that you want to be really specialized in what you're doing, and you have long-term plans about growing in that area. You want to become an expert, you want to become a specialist. You are just not working for money, but you know, that's your passion, and that's what you want to do for a longer period of time. A job can change. Today you can work as a waiter somewhere, tomorrow you can work as a bus driver somewhere. You just need a job to pay your bills. But a career is much more than that. You're really serious about what you have studied, what you're doing for your company, and what you want to do in the future. So page 1, key impact areas, summary, profile summary or management summary, education, certification. Okay. Page 2, you talk about your work experience. So first line, you talk about which company you work for, what is the period of employment there, and if you want, you can put to whom you reported there in that company. For example, I work for a US based company, and my boss is based out of US, and she is also into HR, so I can say that I reported to the senior director of HR based out of Texas or San Antonio, whatever. Then talk about your responsibilities. Keep your responsibilities to maybe 5 or 6 for the last job, or maybe 10. And once you talk about your responsibilities, they want to see what are your achievements. Responsibilities is what the company has asked you to do. Sometimes you might do your regular responsibilities, but you may not have achieved anything. You would have just carried on the day-to-day transactional work. What they want to know is how successful you were and what change you brought within the company after joining that company. What did you do, or how different you did it so that the company was successful and you were also successful as a professional. So achievement, so they want to know what you have done from a responsibilities perspective. You can maybe keep 10 bulleted points, because that's your last job or your current job. You need to start with that, and then you need to go backwards. So maybe you can put 10 points there, and then you can talk about your achievements. If you're a sales guy, you can talk about numbers. If you're into HR, you can say how you reduced the cost per hire, how you reduced the attrition in your company, let's say from 22% to 5%, or the cost from hire to maybe from $1,000 to $250, whatever. Page 2, you need to just mention like 3-4 points about the next job, because that was done maybe like 2 years back, 3 years back, I don't know. So you can probably put maybe 5 points and highlight your achievements there. The third job also, maybe you can put maybe 2 bulleted points and your achievements. The jobs that come after that, the 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th, just put where you worked, employment period, and what you did there. If you want, you can put maybe 1 achievement, what you did there, if you feel that's worth knowing for the recruiter or for the hiring manager. So try to keep your resume, biodata, profile to just 3 pages. Yeah, so whether you want to put your marital status, whether you want to put your address, all other stuff is based on which culture you are from. When you apply for jobs in Middle East, they want to know if you are married, single, they want to know from which country you are, they want to know your citizenship status, they want to know your passport number. These things are mandatory. But if you are applying for a company in US, maybe that's not required. You need not give a lot of information. You just need to put what you're good at doing. So try to keep your resume to 3 pages for each and every position. Recruiters are getting around 200 to 300 profiles. There is no way that they can sift through each and every profile. Try to keep it 3 pages and try to have something called a visual resume. A visual resume is much better. It's much more clearer on the eye than a regular resume where you just keep writing things about you. There are some icons, and there is a special template that is used. So that gives a very good impression. They'll be able to pick out your resume. It is going to stand apart from others. And below your photograph, if you have a photograph, or below your name, you can put what you're good in doing. For example, you're a change management professional, you are a senior management material, you can put there. So within like 3 seconds they can know that you are a senior person, you have 15-20 years experience, and you are at a senior leadership level. You are not a junior level or a mid-level guy. So that is very much important. I hope this information was useful for you guys, and I thought I need to do this because I'm looking at a lot of resumes these days. Some go for 5 pages, 6 pages. They want to put a lot of information, but try to keep it maybe 3 or max 4 even. I would say in some cultures 4 is too much. So the first page you need to have your key impact areas, management summary, education. Page 2 you talk about the companies where you worked. Your last employment needs to have a lot of information. People are interested to know your achievements, what changes you got in your work you made after joining that company. From the second or third company, try to keep it very crisp, very concise, just to 2-3 bulleted points. And of course, when they call you, you can explain this over phone to them. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope to post some more videos on HR this week. Stay tuned. Have a great day. Bye bye.